welcome back to Warforge Miniatures. A couple of weeks ago, I painted Strakh, the Nightmare Incarnate from Squidmar's Miniatures. And while I'm very happy with the way it came out, it's missing something, the Dragon Rider. So today, I'm going to paint the Dragon Rider and finish this miniature once and for all. I already had the miniature built and ready to go and primed, which I did when I built Strakh in the first place. If you remember from the Strakh video, I put a little saddle on there so he's completely ready to go once he's fully painted. I wanted to start the miniature by doing some NMM on pretty much the entire thing. So I started with a base coat of Vallejo charcoal mixed with dark gray blue from Monument Hobbies. And I went through and base coated all of the armor pieces. I also base coated all of the leather and gold pieces that I'm going to do in dark rust from Vallejo as well. The next step is to add the next layer of highlight onto the silver armor. Using a light gray blue, I added the next layer to add some contrast and get the non-metallic metal started. Next was another high jump in the contrast, and I added a lot more white to the mix and added the next layer onto the non-metallic metal. I also completely base coated the sword, which will be on fire, and will add a glow effect to that as well. Then I just continued working on the non-metallic metal for the armor, building up the contrast and blending the layers together. I definitely noticed that I'm getting better at blending and making the metal look more metallic. I feel like just comparing it to the last time I did silver non-metallic metal, I'm already pretty happy with the differences I've made in just since painting that. So that definitely gives me hope that I'm going in the right direction. After I got the armor pretty much where I want it, finishing with some white highlights on there, it was time to move on to all the gold aspects of the miniature. Starting with the shoulder pad, I started to add a highlight of Beasley Brown on pretty much most of the shoulder pad. I also wanted to add a glowing effect from the sword, where I started to add some of this orange in onto the right side of the miniature's face, where the sword would kind of reflect from the glow of the fire. So trying to do that and see if I can make it look somewhat believable. Making sure to add orange on any part of the arm, face, and shoulder that is closest to the glowing sword. Time to finish up touching up the golden non-metallic, adding a mix of the Parasite Brown and Ice Yellow. And then adding the final highlight on the gold, which is basically pure Ice Yellow on top, and just picking out the spots that would hit the most light. Next was time to move on to the sword. The idea of this was just to make a glowing fire sword, which I think I accomplished. I don't know what I did, but part of the painting of it, the beginning part of it, was completely erased, so I'm going to explain how I did it. Base coated the entire sword in white, and then from the sword towards the flame and smoke, I added yellow, orange, and gory red, and layered them over the top of each other to make a little bit of a flaming pattern, keeping the yellow and white more towards the blade, and then fading into like a dark red. And then after I did that, I lightly dry brushed on some dark charcoal over the top to kind of add like a smoke effect. So I just continued to work on the sword, going back and forth with those colors to kind of make it just look like flames. I think I accomplished that, and overall it came out pretty well. I then went in and kind of edge highlighted with a darker color to kind of give it the effect that the inner core of it is where it's like really heating up and the outer edges are a little bit more burnt and charred, which I think overall came out pretty good, but you'll be the judge of that. So after finishing up the sword, touching up the rest of the non-metallic metal, finishing the shield, it's time to reveal the Strakh Dragon Rider. And that was my Strakh Dragon Rider miniature. Pretty excited with how it came out. I'm definitely improving on my non-metallic metal. And for my first flaming sword, I think it came out pretty flaming. So I think that's good. Let me know down in the comments what you think. If you have any tips or tricks on how to make a flaming sword even better, or better non-metallic metal tricks, leave them down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified the next time I release a video. I'm really grateful for everybody who watches these videos. I love interacting with you guys in the comments, so thank you guys so much. And until next time, peace out.
Each day I did a sack, it was not a